The early morning shadows stretched across the glassy surface of the Orca pool at SeaWorld Orlando. The crowds had gone, the music was silent, and only a few trainers remained. Among them was Jessica, a veteran marine mammal trainer whose life had been dedicated to building trust with killer whales. Jessica walked toward the pool, her breath visible in the cool air. Beneath the water swam Orca, a massive and intelligent killer whale whose sleek black and white body cut through the water like a shadow. The day's task was routine, just a desensitization training exercise. No audience, no big performance, just Jessica and Orca. She adjusted her life vest, crouched near the edge, and reached out her hand. For a moment, Orca responded exactly as expected, brushing against her palm with surprising gentleness. Jessica smiled. This bond, this fragile thread of trust, was the reason she had chosen this career. But in an instant, everything changed. A metallic clang echoed across the stadium. Some loose equipment had fallen in the distance. Orca twitched, eyes flashing. Before Jessica could react, Orca lunged upward, gripping onto her vest and yanking her into the water. The world became chaos. The surface exploded with spray as Jessica was pulled down into the depths. Trainers on the sidelines shouted commands, whistles pierced the air, but Orca's strength was overwhelming. Jessica's body twisted violently as she fought for air, her lungs screaming. She tried to remember her training, stay calm, push free, find the surface. But Orca's power was relentless. Seconds felt like hours. Finally, through the frantic teamwork of other trainers, Orca was distracted long enough for Jessica to break free. Gasping, coughing, and scraped raw, she surfaced. Her life vest was torn, her arms bruised, and her chest ached with every breath. But she was alive. Paramedics rushed in. Jessica was placed on a stretcher, her face pale but conscious. She had deep bruises, cuts, and shock, but her spirit, though shaken, remained unbroken. In the days after the attack, OSHA, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, launched a full investigation. Their findings were damning. SeaWorld had failed to provide sufficient safeguards. Trainers were working too closely with orcas without secure barriers. Safety alerts about orcas' earlier agitation had been overlooked. As a result, SeaWorld was fined and ordered to improve its safety standards. For Jessica, recovery was not only physical, but emotional. At night, she relived the terrifying seconds underwater, the crushing strength of Orca, the helplessness of being dragged into darkness. Yet out of her fear came a new determination. She began speaking publicly about the need for stricter protocols, greater respect for the animals, and the importance of never taking trust for granted. Orca returned to the pool, but the shows were different now. Trainers no longer stood unprotected at the water's edge. There was more distance, more caution, more respect. And Jessica, scarred but stronger, looked into the water one quiet morning and understood trust with a creature as powerful as Orca can never be absolute. But from that fragile, dangerous balance comes the lesson that humans must listen more, respect more, and remember that nature's strength can never be fully controlled.